The illusion, if only. If only I didn't live here, if only I was younger, if only I was black, if only I was white, if only I was taller, if only I was richer. If only immediately closes the door, because it's saying, I must get through all these obstacles before I can find happiness. Not true. Happiness is a state of mind. It is a state of mind of being able to surrender everything that is an illusion so you can accept the moment you're in. If you're poor, you can be happy. If you're single, you can be happy. If you're a mother who is living in a ghetto with 4 kids and on welfare, you can still be happy.
We endlessly and ceaselessly look outside of ourselves for happiness, always blaming. We play the when-then game, which says, when I achieve more, then I'll be happy. We play the if-then game. If so-and-so hadn't gotten in my way, or if I had a different parent, or if something had been different in my life, then I would be happy. We play the if-only game. If only I had more money. If only I had a different spouse. If only I had a better job. If only people would see me as worthwhile in who I am, then I would be happy. And until we address those, we will never, ever find a true sense of meaning and happiness.
Look at Gandhi. Look at people throughout history that have suffered, who've had none of the worldly possessions, none of the things we think we have to be happy, but they found happiness. You could go to some of the most impoverished areas of the world. You could go to the desert and the Bushmen of the Kalahari in Africa, and you can find happiness because they're not living with any illusion. And we do nothing but surround our lives with illusion, if only. So get rid of the illusion, and you are then present with happiness. But you have to be honest about what is illusion. And many of our expectations about others is illusion.
I try to step away from situations and find maybe the optimistic side of life.
Everything makes me happy. It's life. Why not being happy is the question, right? Life, sun, water, people, everything, or not?
Love follows gratitude. Therefore, every day when you awaken, look for things to feel grateful for.
The rising of the sun was an inspiration for me. The dew on the grass is an inspiration for me. The simplicity of life is what makes me literally soar up and become, in the moment, when it works, you become a completely different person. Not only are you happy, you're able to move forward.
Look at the little things, because life is merely an accumulation of small, almost imperceptible events that when we look at the aggregate total, we think, wow, isn't that good? And everything is cumulative, constructively and destructively cumulative. The bright side of our nature accumulates the positive and best we can be. The dark side of our nature accumulates mistrust, betrayal, anger, all the negatives. So if you spend your time thinking about things that make you jealous or envious, then you're accumulating day by day, thought by thought, just like the person that gradually, with no great big massive feast, but each day eats a little bit, they're going to gain weight at the end of the year and say, where did this weight come from? What was that extra 100 calories a day? 3,500 calories, and you gained a pound. So remember, positive little things. So gratitude about everything becomes a positive virtue every moment.
When you feel really grateful for your life and express it, write your blessings down, and just start to greatly appreciate what you have, it's so much easier to feel loving also. You get a warm feeling when you notice all of the wonderful things happening in your life, and you made them happen. And that's a really good reason to love yourself more.
Gratitude offers us a chance to come back to our deepest self and the core thanks that we feel fundamentally for being alive. It puts everything into a grander perspective, where we can look down on the larger scheme of our lives, look down on the entire scheme of life itself. And when we feel that, I think that it brings us into touch with the vibration of creation itself. And as a result, we feel honor, we feel gratitude, and that brings us into a natural state of happiness.
Everything you do, look for everything around you to be grateful for. All right? When I walk down Broadway at night sometimes, I think I'm very grateful to be in a city with such culture, such diversity, such intellect, such passion, such dynamic energies who are fearless in what they challenge. And it's gratitude to be here. But when I'm down on my farm and I'm looking up at the big sky at night, and there's just me and nature, and there's this timeless moment of acknowledging that I've been a part of this universe forever, because you feel that connection. You feel the connectedness to something that's eternal when you're alone, but it requires being alone. And you just, the vastness of the universe, and you suddenly feel that connection. The universe allows you to feel the vibration. And I'm grateful for that moment. I'm grateful for everything. I'm even grateful for the bad things that have happened in my life, because they've taught me lessons I can teach to other people. And the key is, in gratitude of negative things, be grateful for not having to repeat it. It's the repetition of our problems that accumulates. We're all going to make mistakes, and that's completely okay, as long as we understand them and we're grateful for them and we become stronger for it.